up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles, the YouTube channel. So this week it's going to be all about Paldea Evolved. We saw Friday and Saturday we opened up a booster box and a Elite Trainer box. Thanks to Pokemon for hooking me up with those and gifting those. Also gifting like a bunch of content creators as well to boxes and Elite Trainer boxes. It's pretty cool. Thank you so much. But today we're going to go over the set list of Paldea Evolved. We're going to look at each card, kind of glance at it, go over it. Shout out to JustinBasil.com. Fantastic website. Check them out. They have a lot of stuff on here. They have the set list, card translations, visual set list. We'll look at these two today. The set highlights new archetypes and selected proxies. If you want to learn more about Paldea Evolved, make sure you check out Justin Basil for sure. Fantastic website. Can't say enough about them. But yeah, there's got all different different categories. And we're going to go right into it, yeah. So Hop It, 10 damage from point of heads during your opponent's turn, prevent all damage from effects. Skip Bloom, if any damage done to Pokemon by attacks from point of heads to prevent that damage. And you got Jump Bluff, any damage does Pokemon by attacks from point of heads to prevent that damage. So basically you're preventing damage, obviously. Now it'd be better if the attack was better, because like Fluffy Breeze does 60. It does 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It'd be nice if it was more. 90 HP is not a lot. You're getting knocked out pretty easily. You do have this really cool ability, and I get it. You can like prevent damage done to this Pokemon, but only doing 60 and 30 to a bench is not very good at all, unfortunately. And there's Pinecone and there's Fortress GX. Now, Fortress GX is probably the card, one of the cards I'm like most excited about. It's probably not the best. I get it. It's probably not the best card, but I just love this ability. And it combines well with the card that's in the set too. And if you know what the card is, it's pretty obvious. You already know what it is. But once you're turn, you may search deck for up to five basic grass energies and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. If you search deck any this way, this Pokemon is knocked out. So you do get 2 price cards because you're knocking out an EX, right? But 5 basic grass energies is like fantastic. You power up so many different Pokemon. And you're going to see one of those Pokemon in this list as well, too. That Fortress kind of powers up. But, it powers up Regidrago, which is another card that people are kind of hyped to play this with. I'm personally a fan of playing with Shaman V-Star. It's got the Revenge attack. So really cool thing to see. And so I really love this Fortress CX. Probably one of my favorite cards to come out of here. Top 5, energy acceleration and breaks rules and stuff like that. So I can't wait to test this deck out and have some fun with Fortress CX. So we're already off to a blast, right? An explosive blast. Heracross 50, 110 is not affected by resistance. Okay. Tropius 20, heal 20. Okay. There's Combi Vespiquen. Vespiquen does 30 flip to coins. It does 30 after each head. It's pretty bad. 120, shuffle a bench Combi and all cards attached into your deck. You can't shuffle Combi, this attack fails. But once again, Grass Energy for 120 is not very good. Snover 30. Abomasnow. Both yours and your opponent's Pokemon can't be healed, which is okay, but like we've seen this mechanic before, and it really wasn't used as much, so I imagine it's probably not going to be the same here. There's Sprogato. There's 2 different Sprogatos here, so check for 2 basic grass energies, reveal them, put in your hand, and then there's Sprogato that's 70, it does 30 damage. Maybe this one's better because you can find grass energies. I know there's another Sprogato, Sprogato, that's better, but that's what we have in the set. There's a Floragato. Floragato does 30 and 50 damage. You may have your opponent switch active with one of their bench. It could be good because like your opponent's switching, but it needs 2 energies. I think there is a better Floragato. But the reason why we really care about this line is because of Meowth's card EX, another exciting grass card in this set, which makes me excited that grass has 2 good EXs in this set. So one thing you do, you discard a grass energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 3 damage counters on it. Now this can be combined with multiple Meowth Caradas. So you can do like up to 90 damage in one turn, which is pretty sick. And you have Nail Scratch for 2 colors. It does 100 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has damage counters on it, it does 120 more damage. You do 20, and you can snipe and stuff like that. This goes well with like the you kind of double color synergies, double turbos, and stuff like that. Can be really good. You can heal it. I think there's a healing card that goes well with it. But I'm excited that it's just like, hey, 2 basic energies. It is a stage 2, which is like kind of unfortunate. And like your guys aren't the best, but Meowth's Karada is definitely another card I want to play with. Just because you can snipe, you get 220 damage, 200, minus the double turbo kind of thing effect. But still, that's strong. And you have 13 HP, so you're not going to knock out immediately. You're two-shotting everything, which is great. And I'm really excited for Meowscarada as well as Fortress. I don't know which one I'll be like testing the most, but like any kind of grass-type Pokemon is really good to me. It definitely gives me like Decidueye EX vibes, this Meowscarada. And there's also like a character art too that goes along with it, and it looks so sick. And I'm just excited to play Meowscarada as well as Fortress. So like grass Pokemon already off to a hot start here, which makes me excited. This Tarantularana can retreat, and this could actually be good. And I know it's weird to say, but like your opponent can't retreat. There were some decks that just lose to that. If like for Mew for example, if they run out of all their switch and escape ropes, and you just like boss a Genesect and bind down them, you could just win that way, which is great. So that's something we could look into for sure. I think we've seen this before, like this effect in other decks as well too, which is really great. Tarantula does 40, and the Spidops, each player shuffles active Pokemon, and all cards attached into their deck. You choose a new active Pokemon first. Now, I wonder if there's like any way you can like make it where they only shuffle their only active Pokemon. It seems very unplausible. Plausible, is that the right word? That's a big word for me. But I mean, if you do it, and you put it in any Pokemon, you could just immediately win. I think it's a super gimmick that's not going to work, unfortunately. Bounce a bit, flip the point of heads to prevent all damage. We got another prevent damage one. There's another Nimble, 30, attack does nothing. And then a Soul Kick, 30. If you evolve, does 100 more. So 130, not very good. There's a Bramblin, 10 damage, flip the point of heads, switches on your bench. 10, heal 10. And then a Bramblegast, 30, heal 30, 80 damage. Your defending Pokemon's attacks cost colors more. Now, this needs 3 energies, which is kind of like upsetting, right? It is cool that it needs 2 more energies, but it's only the defending Pokemon, and your opponent can just retreat and tackle the different Pokemon. If it may say your opponent needs 2 more colors to attack with any of the Pokemon, that would be really good. But then only defending is not that very good, unfortunately. 10 damage to this guy. Flip a coin to this one could hypothetically take knockouts, right? 30, you just like flip a coin to get tails. You flip like 8 in a row. You're doing 240 damage. Let's go, Reller. Flip deck. Have some fun. And the last grass EX, and all 3 EXs that are grass type are really good in this set. I want to play a set of all. It has Devouring Ivy. This attack does 6 damage to each opponent's bench Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. So once again, that attack does 6 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. So you can snipe on the bench. Now this is great because it goes well with the Fortress attack. You knock yourself out. You're doing 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They knock out another EX. You're doing 240, which can pick up knockouts on the bench, which is great. And who knows? Maybe you combine this with you could do like Meowscarada, Wuchine. I don't know how to say this Pokemon's name. I've never seen it before. I don't know where it's from. I guess it's from Scarlet and Violet, obviously, which I haven't played the whole game yet. But this is pretty sick. It looks like a Garbodor thing a little bit. I don't know. Only fortunate thing, it has 230 HP, but it is a basic. But 6 damage, 20 opponent's bench Pokemon is sick. I wish it was like you could do 60 damage to a Pokemon for each prize card your opponent's taken. Like if you could snipe 60 to like multiple different Pokemon for each prize card they're taken, like you could spread it. But I've seen this being played already, and it seems really cool. And then Force Burn does just 220 damage, which is not bad either when you can get 5 energies with Fortress. So that is something to think about. These Tauros, there's a bunch of different ones. They are different types, and they're all pretty bad. Fury Horn, it's like you do 10 more damage to each damage card of the Pokemon. Woo! Like 20 plus, 120 is 40. So, not very good. 120, discard 1 fire energy. I mean, I guess you could play like some kind of weird deck where you can like switch between different Tauroses, but then it's not very good. 50 damage, he heals 10 to itself. 50 damage to your opponent's turn to Pokemon can't retreat. And 70, this Pokemon does any damage kind of on it, does 90 more. It is nice that it's only 1 fire, but it's a stage 2, and it's not that great. Pyroar, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. 6 damage, just 20 your opponent's bench. It's pretty bad. Oricorio, once your turn, you heal 20 from your active evolution Pokemon. So is the 20 enough? I mean, we've seen Oricorio from Fusion Strike prevent damage. Now we have one that can heal from evolutions. Is 20 enough? I don't think so. Pokemon do way more than like 20 damage nowadays, so like I don't think the 20 like really matters. It isn't that we could do, but I don't know. I guess you had multiples of these, but like even then, like you're wasting bench space to heal 20, 40, 60 maybe at the max with 3 of them. But I can't see that being good. There's a Fuecoco, 20 damage. Fuecoco, full point has healed 30. Doesn't matter, you're gonna knock that. It does have 90 HP, which is like pretty tanky. It doesn't have a 3 tree cost though. There is a Crocoler. He's got an egg on his head, chilling. Does 30 and 70, just vanilla. And then Skeleridge EX, 50 damage, heal 30 damage for each of your Pokemon. And it has a really cool second attack. It does 270 damage. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So, like, hypothetically, you could play this with, what is it, Magma Basin? Is that the right card? Attach a Fire Energy to one of your bench fire Pokemon or whatever that is. And then you could combine that actually with Oricorio to heal the 20 damage off. So, like, I guess, like, that could make, you know, a difference because it does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you're swinging for 270, you're 340 HP. There's got to be some like kind of combo put with Skeleridge that I don't know of just yet. But obviously, you could play the well, not Charcadet, it's Evolution, and that could like move the energies around and Burning Voice and stuff like that. So, and it's 340 HP, so that's a lot. That is a lot. I like that we have all these EXs with like, I like that we have these EXs with high HP, but like they don't do like a ton of damage, right? They're not like one-shotting each other. I like they were getting to this kind of format of like, we're going to take these kind of slow, right? Once all these V-Stars and stuff like that kind of rotates, I think we're going to be like a really cool meta where like you're planning out like turns ahead. I guess I say that, but then like Gardevoir exists and that just ruins everything. But like when the V rotates, actually V rotates, then like it's different, right? And then we'll be in this really cool format of, oh, okay, we're just like trading, like we have this big tanky EX. I know we're already at 340 and it's big, like we've already had 200, whatever, that's what I'm talking about. But like 340, you're not one-shotting anything really. That's really cool. I like this a lot. I like that you can play this like weird kind of, you know, EX evolution, but not one-shotting each other kind of game, which is exciting. It's gonna have some fun decks in like 2 years though, right? Charcadet, unless they make new EXs that are like super strong, then we go back to square one, unfortunately. Charcadet. I don't know this better than the other Charcadets, but like I said, there's the evolution of Charcadet can move the fire energies around, which is pretty neat. Then there's Chew EX. Chew EX. I don't know what this Pokemon is. Once again, I think these are like Pokemon after the game is over that I haven't played yet. Discard top card of your opponent's deck. And like it's okay. Like you have this weird milling deck. You have 190 HP, which is not a lot at all. It's like pretty low. So you can't like really mill your opponent out. And then there's Flame Surge. It does 100 damage. Choose up to 3 of your bench Pokemon. For each of his Pokemon, search for a basic fire energy attachment to the Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. So you can energy accelerate while do it 100 damage. So that is somewhat good. But I don't know what it really combos with. Like, Skeleridge only needs 2 fire energy, so, you know, I think both EXs are okay. They're not as good at the Grass EXs. So Grass is definitely winning with the EXs right now. But Paldea and Tauros, it's got the same kind of, like, you know, you do damage to me, I do damage back. This attack does 6 damage when you opponent's Pokemon. Sure, not very good. There's a Magikarp, but there's a Gyarados. White does 180. Does 200 for 5 energies. It's pretty terrible. There's an Azumarill, 50, heal 30. It's pretty bad. Delibird, draw 2. I guess you could, you know, play Christmas with Delibird if you want to. Loftus, search 2 super cards, reveal them, put in your hand. Be kind of cool if it was like a non-colorless attack, but I understand that it needs colors because like it's only the special Pokemon that get the non-colors or not energy attacks. But like if I had the non-energy attack, I think it'd be better. Like you can start with them and stuff like that and actually be worth it. But like attaching energy just to find 2 super cards, sure. And there's an Ice Cube 20, and then it's 100 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This Pokemon takes 100 less damage, right? And it's kind of cute, but once again, it's this Pokemon and not like any other Pokemon. So like if there's any other bench Pokemon, you can just like boss it around it and just do damage that way, which is, you know, unfortunate. There's a Quaxley, so we get another starter thing here. We got the Quaxwell, and then the Quavel EX. It does 60. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, then your opponent switches to active one of their bench. And then 230, put 2 energies from this Pokemon into your hand. So this is like probably the worst one. Like this is probably, yeah, out of the 3, this is definitely the worst. Meowscarada being the first, and then the Fire Dude second, and then this thing, it's terrible. Like, you could switch, sure, like I guess that's cool, and like and make it where it doesn't get knocked out. But 230 for 2 energies, and you put them in your hand. Nah, I get it. You can play like Baxcalibur or whatever the heck it is, but like that's pretty bad. Like 230 is pretty terrible. There's a cut to deal. So yeah, this is probably the worst of the starters for sure. There's a cut to deal 30. Detect damage each opponent's pitch Pokemon. Another one. If it's a sleep, heal 60. Or if the Pokemon is sleep, heal 60. And this Pokemon does itself. It evolves into this little spiky dude. It does 50. And 80 damage, special energy is attached to it. That's 140. Now that's actually pretty neat. Only problem is it is a stage 1. It needs 3 energies. It works. It needs like a water colors. Like that's really hard to do. If it was like triple colors, then it could be really, really good. But water colors is like pretty bad, unfortunately. But whatever. Ram 20, Corkscrew 120. If you don't have any cards in your hand, it needs this 1 energy. 1 energy for 120 is like meh for sure. And you can't have any cards in your hand, so like when it gets knocked out, like what do you do next turn? Nothing. Zora is attacking my head right now. Zora. Meow. Alright, and here's like one of the most hyped cards from the set. Freakabax 30, 10, 50. There's an Arctobax 40 and 80, and then Baxcalibur is here. It is a water ice dinosaur looking thingy, and you just attach water G's from your hand to one of your Pokemon as often as you like. You're just delusion or absolute zeroing. I guess you're not delusion anymore. You're absolute zero. But you just attach all your water G's any way you want to, and the Bushtail does 130. We don't really care about that. But there's a lot of water Pokemon that you can put this with. There is, you got Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX is a really good combo. You can do this with Palkia. Palkia also can just energy accelerate itself. And then one of the things that people are kind of like just, obviously synergy is the Chinpao EX. I guess I say their name. Mr. Ice Tooth Dragon. He's got like swords. It looks like somebody like stabbed him, or he's trying to stab somebody. I'm not sure which one it is. I don't know if somebody like try to like defeat the beast by like stabbing him with swords. I don't know what's going on there, but he has sword teeth. So you set check for 2 water energies rather than put in your hand, which combos with Baxcalibur because it's from your hand to a Pokemon. And Hellblade, discard any number of basic water energies from your Pokemon. This attack does 6 damage for each card you discard it in this way. Once again, the kind of synergies, right? Baxcalibur is letting you attach water energies. Chinpao was discarding them. It's probably the obviously combo of this set. But is it good? I don't think it's that good, unfortunately. Just because you need like 5 energies to do 300 and then like 6 to do all that damage. And the problem is you just get like one shot. Like against like Meowscarada, it's going to do 200 plus ping you. That's going to knock you out. So like yeah, you're weak to steel, not grass, but like you're still going to get knocked out by cards like that. Skeletor just knocks you out, right? I know, they have to evolve into it. But this has a very low HP. I think that, if you're playing Chip-How, you're playing it with something else. This is more of like a support to find those water energies. You can use this. The thing I've seen the most so far is with Palkia, like a Palkia, Chip-How, Greninja kind of variant, right? And then like at any moment you can just like get 3 water Gs plus Melanie to get like 4 Gs in play. That's probably the best way to do it, and just like use a Hellblade as like the like kind of a end gamer kind of thing, right? So that is something we could do. But yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. I think Chip-How is a good support Pokemon. I understand Baxcalibur is strong and it will see play, but I don't think it's gonna be busted. Like it's not gonna be the best like it used to be. And you have cards like Tropical Beach like we did back in the day with Blastoise and stuff like that. But there's new Pikachus. Take 20 less damage, and Pikachu EX 30 to 20. It tells discard all energy. We have 190 HP. You're in trouble there, buddy. Raichu, search F2, light energies, attach your Pokemon, shuffle your deck. Thunderbolt 200, Magnemite had 2 basic okay, Voltorb 10 and 20, Electrode 60, 90. Nothing is pretty exciting about these cards. Shinx, you may have your opponent switch active one of their bench. That's pretty neat. If this is an active spot, you can have your opponent switch one of their active with their bench. So you could take a potentially a knock on the bench. If it's something on the bench, it's easy to knock out. Shinx 30, Tails does nothing. 30 and 60 in Luxray. And I think, if I remember correctly, this is Luxray people are kind of like excited for. Once during the turn, this Pokemon is in your hand, and you have more prize cards remaining to opponent, you may play this Pokemon onto your bench, right? So you can get this out and play pretty easily, right? But I guess you have to play like Lightning and double colors because like it does 180, 20 damage yourself. Not that very good. And I don't really know what to play with, but I know people are hyping up the Luxray just because you can just play this Pokemon to your bench. You know? Cool. I'll get why it's good here in a second, and I get why. We'll talk about that more later. But yeah, 180, 20 to yourself. But if you're behind on price cards, put it down. You have automatic 180. Let's go. There's Pincursion, 70, discard energy. Another Pincursion, 20. If it has, you're paralyzed, 100. You're going to use your Stun Needle. Okay. Palmo, and Palmot. A really cool Pokemon line that I really do like playing in the game with. Unfortunately, your 100 damage and the 6 damage when you opponent's pitch Pokemon is not good for being a stage 2. There's Tadbulb, and then Bellabolt EX. Now, if you watch my video, you saw I pull floor this thing, and it is hilarious looking, and I love that card. It is very, very cute. But Jump Press, it does 50 damage when you opponent's Pokemon. 50 Snipe is not a lot nowadays, and 160, discard 2. You may discard 2 Lightnings for Pokemon if you do. They're auto-paralyzed. This could be really interesting. I think the biggest downfall of Bellabolt EX is the retreat cost is 3. Now, if the retreat cost is 1, we're cooking. But since it's 3, you have to find a way to get out of the active spot. And if it was 1, what you could do is you could discard the 2, paralyze your opponent's Pokemon, Flaffy some energies on the bench one, and then retreat into it, and I keep the combo to keep this sync of paralyzation and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it has a 3 retreat cost. So that's pretty hefty. So let's see what kind of combo it can come out with. It looks pretty cute. It's a stage 1. It's not a stage 2. So you're just evolving into this guy, little Tapo looking dude, into this guy. And then you can play this Flaffy and stuff like that. There might be something I don't know already that it could be powered with. But that's just my insight on it right now. There's Wattriel, and this is new Wings of Unity attack. It does 20 damage for each Pokemon discard that has Wings of Unity attack. Obviously, this is reminiscent of Night March. It's obviously not going to be as good. We don't have cards like Battle Press and stuff like that. We do have Professor Burnett or Professor whatever it's called. Discard 2 out of your deck. But once again, it's 2, not 3, and it's a support card, not an annual card like Battle Presser was. So will this be good? Probably not. We saw this kind of happen with Mad Party. Mad Party was a huge flop, didn't do anything, and I imagine Wings of Unity will also be a huge flop, unfortunately. Devastating Wind, your opponent shuffles the hand deck and draw 4. Your opponent shuffles draw 4, and then Killer Wattriel, 20, 150. I guess the cool thing about it is this thing can evolve into this to do a 150 if need be. But even then, not very good. So for Lightning, not very good at all. It's not good. You got the Luxray, you got the thingy, the toad-looking guy, Bellabot, but that's whatever. Your opponent's Pokemon was not asleep. 20, Balloon Therapy. You may attach a Therapy to your hand to one of your Pokemon. We'll go over that here in a little bit. Magic Shot does 100. Slowpoke, flip a coin. If it has search deck for a card, put it in your hand. If Tails search your deck for a card and discard it. So you're grabbing a card or you're discarding it. And then Slowking EX, it does 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon's now confused. Now this is pretty interesting. It's not good. It's interesting because like I said, if a lot of decks, like I said before, if a lot of decks don't play switch cards, you could confuse them and then they can't hurt you. And then Wisdom Headbutt 130, search deck for 2 cards and put them in your hand. Now I think this is where the deck kind of shines. You do 130, you can search for 82 cards. You have 270 HP. You're stage 1. Yeah, you're not taking huge knockouts, but being able to get any 2 cards out of your deck could be really strong to find Iona or Judge or Path to the Peak or whatever. And there might be some kind of combo that we have a Slowking EX that I don't know of. Or maybe in the future, that could make it really, really good. I like that you can get any 2 cards, which is like amazing, right? The Mischievous and the Mismagius. When you play this card from involving your Pokemon to your turn, you may choose an energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon and move it to one of their bench. Now, this can be really strong. Once again, against Mew, you can move the energies from the active to the bench. This set has something that's like gonna auto counter Mew. We'll go over that here in a little bit, most likely. But if there's any of the decks that really don't like energies not being on the active, Arceus decks could be really bad. If it's the active spot and you have energy to it, you could miss Magius. The problem is you can see this coming. If you see a Mischievous like on the bench, and then you're like, okay, I don't want to put a Pokemon in the active spot because the energies could get removed or moved. So I think that's the only problem with Mismagius is you can see it coming if you remember what Mismagius does. And just like I was talking about, Spiritomb, once again, Pokemon's trying their best to counter the Mew deck. They realized they made a beast. As long as Pokemon play base Pokemon V and play both years and your opponents have no abilities. Reason why it's so strong is Genesect. Genesect, right? It's Genesect. Genesect has no more abilities. So this says, hey, Genesect, you don't have abilities. So that's great. And yeah, that's all it is. This is a basic V that could probably counter too, but you know, coming out saying, hey, we only counter basic Pokemon V is obvious, like counter is Genesect. It's Genesect. There's Gothita, Gothorita, and Gothitelle. You may look at top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, choose one of them, put the card you choose on top of the deck, and then the card on the bottom of the deck. Now this could be some kind of like lock kind of combo, like you can, you know, what we talked about earlier. If you know your opponent, like you can like judge, somehow bring your opponent's Pokemon from the bench to the active, use Gothitelle, make it where they can't do anything, right? That could be some kind of combo. The only problem is stage 2, but like we've seen this combo before where you can like, you know, manipulate the top card of your opponent's deck. So I imagine it has to be good. We just have to figure out what's going to be good with. And Psycho does 120, discard a random card of your opponent's hand. Now you could use Gothitelle multiple times. Like you could have like multiple Gothitelles now, and you're just constantly looking at the top 2 cards and making sure like, okay, this card you need, this card you want, this card you want, right? And you're slowly just doing 120, right? And you're just like slowly just punching away and just make it where they can't win, right? So that could be a combo that we could see. I just don't know. I'm not the kind of person that could do that. The DNEX, move all damage counters when your bench Pokemon to your one that's not active. It's 2 Psychics, which is like good because you can put this in like Gardevoir or something, right? You can move all the damage from one of your hurt Guardies or Zacians, whatever, and you just move and take a knockout. It's kind of like Cresselia, but like way better. 170 discarded energy. The only problem is this is an EX Pokemon. It's gonna get knocked out pretty easily because it's 170 HP. But it does have a really cool combo with like move all damage counters from your Guardy or whoever, right? There's an Oranguru. Unfortunately, this one is bad. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks. They can't use an extra, and they can just retreat out of it, unfortunately. And Cyber does 80. Sandygast, Palosan does 160. The standing card to play. There's a Mimikyu. We talked about this when I pulled it. Pokemon EX and V can't hurt it. The problem is nowadays there's a lot of decks that play like non-EX and V Pokemon. You know, Lugia's got well, first of all, it's got Urshifu, which goes through it, and it's got Evital. Mew has Meloetta. Gardevoir has Gardevoir, like non-EX, right? So that can do damage to it. I'm trying to think. Lost Box says there's no EX or V Pokemon, so like Mimikyu is not good at all. Even like the new stuff, like if for some reason Baxcalibur gets big, I guess you like beat Palkia if they don't have an answer to it. But even then, they can like maybe power up a B-Barrel. So I don't think Mimikyu is good at all. Oh, Sorelage, that's the fire guy that I was talking about earlier that can move fire energies. This one's not fire though. 50 heal 30, 100. It's an EX or V, does 100 no more damage. Problem is, it's a Psychic colors. That's really bad. There's a Rapska. Choose a Pokemon from your discard pile and put it onto your bench. Choose a Pokemon from your discard pile. It's not good. It's a revive, but it's a Pokemon, and it's going to get knocked out. 50. Okay, so that's bad. There's a Tinkatink. So there's 2 Tinkatinks. They both look sad for some reason. I don't know why. They got a hammer, and they look sad. I can't make this one big for some reason. But this one I can. Okay. There's another Tinkatink. So we have 3 Tinkatinks. We're Tinkatinking right now. Tinkatinks. I'm Trying to look at the artwork real quick. What is happening? So is this its leg? What is this? Is this its leg right there? Or is that its butt? I think that's its butt. I think that's Tinky butt. Okay, we'll go look at him. Draw a card, 20. Flip a coin, does 20 more. And put an item card, which is probably in your hand. This is probably the best one. It does have 60 HP. Yeah, the item card goes in your hand. I mean, this one does draw, but like this one getting an item card is pretty good. There's 2 Ticket Tufts, 30 and 80, and 30 and 60. Probably this one because it has 10 more HP. That's what I'm gonna go with. And there's a Ticket Ton. You may discard a card from your hand in order to use ability. Draw 3 cards. Special number 90. This Pokemon has any special attached to it. This does 90 more damage. So you do 180. I thought that was Ticket Ton EX. Am I crazy? I thought that was a Ticket Ton EX. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. But if that's it, then Psychic's not very good. We do have Spiritomb, but that's pretty much it. Okay. We have Mankey, Primeape, and is Annihilate not on here? I thought Annihilate was coming. What? Am I confused? We'll figure out later. Mankey does 10, and then 30, and then Primeape does 30, and then 60. Paldea and Taurus, we talked about these before. They're not very good. Sudowoodo, 20 flip a coin of heads to your opponent's next turn, for all damage from attacks. Okay. Larvitar, Pupitar, and I guess the Tyranitar is Dark type. We'll have to go back to this later. Pupitar, there's Makuta Matata, 40, and the Hariyama, it takes 10 less damage. These are very bad cards. These are very, very bad cards. Like, this is very bad. There's a Lycanroc EX. Ooh, there we go. Lycanroc EX. 40. And then Scary Fang does 140. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon is damaged by attacks. Even if it's knocked out, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So you essentially do 240 if they punch you. And it's cute. But I don't think it's good. You need 3 energies, which is very hard. I mean, I guess you could do fighting in double turbo or something like that. But, I don't know. Pissimian 7, you move energy. Phalanx 20. Knockley 20. Knockley, heal 20, do 30. Knock a stock. Flip 3 coins, does 6 for each has. 180 for 2 fighting, sure. And Garganacl, heal 20 for each of your Pokemon. Once again, 20 is not a lot. We have Orcora that does the same exact thing, but it's for evolutions. But this heals from 20 each. It's not good. It's not good. It's stage 2 and everything else. These are bad cards. These are, like I keep saying, these are bad cards. So you get Ascension to evolve your Glimmet, another Glimmet, and you can go to Glimmora. If your Pokemon's knocked out, flip a coin of heads, they don't take any prize cards. The problem is, you don't really do anything. You poison for 6, and that's it. And then get to your tree and get out of the poison. It's a bad card. There's a Ting Lu EX. They got all these like weird Pokemon I've never seen before. This guy has a helmet. I guess that's his face. I don't know. Is it a dog with the helmet? I don't know what this is. As long as Pokemon is an act spot, your opponent's Pokemon that have any damage counters on them have no abilities except for Pokemon EX. Now, I don't think it's that good. If it said like if it said your opponent's Pokemon that have any damage counter on it has no abilities, period, then we're good. But since it says except for Pokemon EX, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. At 150 for 3, like obviously the ability, but it has to be near after spot too. Oh gosh, Ting Lu's the worst of the 3 thingies. The Fire Dude is probably second, and this probably last. I don't know, man. This seems pretty bad. Wooper, and Paldean Colosser EX. What is this guy? Once during your turn in the stadium play, you may leave your opponent's Pokemon poisoned, active Pokemon poison. And Needlebone 200, flip a coin of tails, this Pokemon can't attack. That's really bad. Okay, Murkrow, it has the Wings of Unity. Woo, yeah, Wings of Unity, let's go. I think it's our only second one we've seen, so we have 8 outs to Wings of Unity, what it seems like. Honchkrow, sure. Sneasel, Weavile. When it moves to bench, the active, you may switch when your opponent's bench Pokemon with their to the active. I don't think you're attacking Weavile, so who cares? Hey, here's the Tyranitar. Are you good, buddy? 30 damage. You do 30 more. Attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you do 180 for a dark. Sure. But then you discard top 4. Okay, so like Dread Mountain to 230 is like strong. 2 darks for 230. That's strong. That's strong. I don't care what you're saying. But discard top 4 cards of your deck. That is unfortunate. But still 230. It might be a GLC kind of deck. Sableye. Yep, that's a card. There's a Viper. It does 100 if you're evolution for 2 energies. That's pretty bad. Dino, Swellius, and Hydreigon. It's got a pretty cool ability. You may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy cards you found there to your Pokemon you like. Discard the other cards. So you could like energy accelerate, but I don't know what your energy accelerate in dark. And your stage 2. And you discard the other cards. It has an interesting ability, like I said, but that's pretty much it. Mastiff 10 does 20 more. Mastiff 20, 50. And Mabostiff. Okay, does 20 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon is damaged by attack. Even if the Pokemon's knocked out, but damage counters only attack Pokemon equal to. Okay, so 20, and you just do damage back to him. I never liked those type of attacks. Strudel, there's another Strudel, and Graphify. Poison, discard any of your basic energy cards from your hand. This attack does 40 damage for each type of basic energy. Oh, that's actually a pretty. I like this attack. How many different? Can you have like what 7, 8 different energies? You need 8 different energies though. I guess once in the discard pile, you can like superior energy with them back. But even then, like that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Maybe. No, it's probably bad. It's probably bad. It's probably bad. You can make a cute deck with it. But that's pretty much it. Bombardier. Search deck for base Pokemon put on your bench. Sure. Corviknight. Acceleration 50 if your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out of damage for non-physics. Okay, sure. There's a Kaparaji EX. It takes 30 less damage from attacks. And Nosequake does 260. It does 30 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. It needs a metal colors. And it's weak to fire. It's not good. Earthworm. Look at that guy. He looks so happy. I know this is like one of the big bosses. This Pokemon has 3 more metal energies attached to it. It gets 100 HP. And then shot through. Does 100 damage. And does 30 damage when you put its Pokemon. It does make it where it has like 230 HP. Which is a lot. But you only do 100 damage. It's not good. And I don't know how you get 4 metal energy in this guy every single time. 3 plus whatever, 2. I get that. But still, that's a lot. Metal is definitely lacking, right? Only 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, that's not good. So for Dragon only has 2 cards. Noibat and Noivern EX. 70 for all damage on his Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. Now, this could be good in Regidrago. Just saying, base Pokemon can't hurt it. I don't know what basic Pokemons we really have anymore. I guess, like, Lost Zone can't hurt it. So, yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's for Lost Zone. It's not a bad thing, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. And the Dominant Echo 140, they can't play special energy cards or stadium cards with their hand. That's really good. That's really good. It's actually really, really good. I like that a lot. So yeah, this is like in Regidrago for sure. Regidrago, 100% Regidrago. There's a Girafarig. That's pretty bad. And then there's a Farafgarif, which is pretty bad. There's a Dunsparce and Dunsparce. I actually like the Dunsparce a lot. Just because you do 100 damage, your opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed. Shuffle this Pokemon back and all cards back to your deck. So you do 100 paralyzed and send up somebody, 100 paralyzed, send up somebody, 100 paralyzed, send up somebody. The only problem is then they like take a knockout. So you need like somebody to like manipulate the damage on your opponent's side of the field. I don't know if that's possible really anymore. There's not. So like back in like 2013, 2014, whatever year it was, there was a Dusknoir that moved damage around and it kind of like did a kind of combo thing. Is there something that they do that now? I know there's Alakazam, but it's only 2 per turn. If it moved as many as you want, they were cooking. But is there a Pokemon that can move damage counters around? If there is, let me know if you're watching and you know that answer. Wingull, 30. Okay. Pelipper, you get find a supporter card. Cool. Slackoth, Vigoroth, Slacking. These are all pretty bad. Fletching, Rookity, Carson. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Tandemaus, Mouse Hold. For each of your Mouse Hold to play, put 1 damage card on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So you could do like, oh my goodness, it needs 3 colorless. Oh god, that's so bad. You need like 5 turns before you can do anything, and even then they have more than 2. Oh my god, that's so bad. Zora, that's so bad, isn't it? Zora agrees. Squawk Ability X is probably like one of the coolest cards from the set, I think. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6, but you can only use it on your first turn, and you can only use more. You can't use more than 1. So it does help set up so you can find like VIP pass or just finding Pokemon in general, and then you can like collapse it off or volo it off or whatever. So there is ways to get rid of it. Only problem is it's 160 HP, so you have to get rid of it. It's going to get knocked out. You know, we'll see. Here's another Wings of Unity. So this is pretty cool. It has a really cool ability, Flying Flock. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bitch, during your turn, you may search check for 3 Flamingos and put them in your hand. So you have like 12 outs now to different guys. This could be good. It does make it sound better, right? But even with 10, you're only doing 200. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like it's great. And all the trainer cards. I think trainer cards where this set like really thrives. Once during you play his turn, that player may search there for basic Pokemon that isn't in rule box and put it up to your bench. This is really sick. The problem is your opponent can also use it. Just saying. Boss's Order. Got to reprint a Boss Order. There's a Bravery Charm. This base Pokemon's attached to gets 50 more HP, and that's a lot. That's probably the most we ever had. I think it's the most. I think 30 used to be the most. Or was there a Kate that did 52? I can't remember. But 50 is a lot, obviously, for basic Pokemon. You attach energy basic to non-basic water Pokemon. You put 2 damage counters on. This is pretty neat. Punish your opponent for playing weird decks that are not water. Not weird. It's just I don't know. They're not playing water decks. They get punished. Claiming this Wasteland. Their tree cost for each fighting Pokemon is 1 more. I'm curious. Hang on a second. Hang on there. I think I'm overthinking. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. Don't worry about it. Just kidding. I was checking something and I got excited and it was the wrong card. Just kidding. Oh, I'm thinking about the lightning guy. The lightning frog dude. Okay, never mind. Wrong card. I was like, go with the frog dude. But that's not a thing. Okay. Oh, we went way down. Way too far down. Alright. So Choice Belt, they reprinted it because it says tool card now. That's why it's there. Clavel. Now, this is really cool. 3 base Pokemon with 120 HP or less for really put in your hand. I like this a lot. You can find, like, your setup EX decks are going to take advantage of Clavel for sure to find your, find your basics, right? Delivery Drone is, don't read that card. Put a card from your hand up to the bottom deck, then draw to get 5. This could be kind of good if you want to hold like a rare candy or 1 card, and then you put 1 card on the bottom of your deck. Only problem is it's 1, right? If it's up to 5 or whatever, then it could be good. But, just 1, I don't think it's enough. Faulkner, draw 2. If you have a stadium card to play, draw 4 altogether. Draw 2 more, 4, whatever. That could be good. You can play this card when more price cards remain to your opponent. Heal 6 from one of your opponents, from one of your Pokemon. So if you're losing, you heal 60. Giacomo. Discard a special energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, this could be really good. We could play this in the I forgot, I had said it earlier, Regidrago deck, and use the new Noibat. Discard the energies, and you can use this, and they can't do anything. That could be really good. Great Ball, just a reprint. Garusha, draw, you have 5 cards in your hand. If you have new energy cards attached to your Pokemon, draw, you have 7. This one's really interesting. Decks that don't play that many energies could take advantage of Garusha, right? Even control decks could use Garusha. And the most hype card of the set is Iono. It's silly. It's so good. It's silly. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of the deck, then draw a card for each price card remaining. So, you know, there's a lot of Stage 2 EX decks, which is great, but it can be easy countered late game because your opponent Iono'd you. Iona's going to be, like, really good. I mean, I think you still play this with Judge because, like, Judge can still hurt your opponent in the early game. Iona's for late game because in the early game they can't draw 6. So it's like, okay, do you play Iona? Do you play Judge? I think you play both of them, to be honest. But I think this is going to be, like, this is probably the best card to come out of the set, 100%. I don't think anybody would disagree with me. Just be honest. Practice Studio. They attack to each player's Stage 1 evolution. Do 10 more damage to their opponent's active Pokemon. Now, I know we talked about some Stage 1 Pokemon in this list, so maybe that could be something that we could play in this for sure. Heal 50 from up to 2 of your Pokemon. Super Rod is back. Put it a combination of 3 Pokemon and basic energies. I actually like this card a lot, I'm going to be honest. Anytime I play Expanded, it's always good on my deck. I like it. So yeah, I'm excited for it back. Superior Energy Evil, you discard 2 cards in your hand. And when you do this, you put 4 basic new cards from your discard pile back into your hand. You can't choose a card you discarded with the effect of this card. This is going back your water energies, which is great. There's other combinations as well. And Jet Energy, Luminous, and Reversal and Therapeutic. There's a lot of special energies. Jet Energy, when you attach from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon, switch with your active. This like kind of counters all the mill decks, especially earlier what I was talking about. So like if mill gets big, you just Jet Energy. You just like play 2 Jet Energy and that beats them because you get Jet Energy from the bench to the active and switch, which is pretty neat. Luminous Energy is pretty cool. And the Pokemon this card attached to has any special energies, it only provides 1 colors. But as long as card attached to Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, provides 1 energy at a time. I think the big thing that people are going to be excited for is you can technically play Regigigas again because you can Luminous plus like whatever energy types you want to. And you play 4 of these plus basic energies, and then you're attacking with Regis again. So Regis could make a comeback for any IC. Reversal Energy is probably the second best card coming into the set. It's fantastic. As long as card attached to as long as card attached to a Pokemon provides a color synergy. But if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, and if this card is attached to an evolution Pokemon that doesn't have rule blocks, this card provides every type of energy and provides 3 energy at a time. Yep, it's like a triple rainbow energy, pretty much. Really good if you're behind on... The name of the game of this set is definitely Behind. I know when they talk about Scarlet Violet, they talked about like, oh, we're going to make a Behind set. Like, oh, you're behind. This is the set you want to play, right? And I think this is true. We have Reversal Energy, we have Iono. So, like, you can purposely let your opponent take some knockouts, and then you Reversal Energy, and you just come back and win, which is really cool. This is already happening that we see in other decks right now. If you follow the follow outside of our format, you can see Reversal Energy is having a huge impact on decks because there's a lot of setup decks now, and Reversal Energy can just fix that, which is great. So I like that a lot. It's very powerful and very strong, but it's a good card. Therapeutic basically says your Pokemon can't be asleep, confused, or paralyzed, which is great. This could be good. And Snorlax, if you're a fan of Snorlax, Therapeutic Energy is the way to go. So that's all the cards that are in the set. Maybe this is missing some stuff. We're going to do a visual set list real quick and see if there's any cards that were missing. But here's all the sets. Like I said, Fortress, I'm excited for. The Meowth Karada is really exciting too. Ting Lu EX is exciting for fire. Skelligers is okay, alright? Whatever this guy's name is, not very good, but it could be worse. This card's bad. This card's super hyped, but I don't think it's as good. Ice Tiger is good. It's like being able to search out water energies is good. And then you have like this like really good attack. And we need to talk about this, but with the Luxray, if you're down on prize cards, you can put Luxray out and then play plus play the reversal energy that we just talked about, which is right here. They combo hand in hand, which is why the combo is so good. So you can Luxray into reversal energy, and you can just do like a vanilla 180, like guaranteed because of that combo. So that's pretty cool. And that's why people are playing both cards. I want this card to be good, but it's not going to be, unfortunately. You do have the wings of whatever it's called, wings of headbutt, wings of redemption. I don't know, whatever it's called. Psychic Slowking seems pretty interesting, but I think it's kind of another time. Mismagius is a cool idea, but when you see the Mischievous, you're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to attach to the active anymore. Spiritomb is just going to counter Genesect if you hate Mew. There you go. Gothitelle could be really cool, like a control attack that we really need now that I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. I really thought there was a Tikaton EX, but I guess not, unless I'm crazy. I guess it's just a Tikaton. But Tikaton's got a lot of draws cards, but I don't know if it's good. Fighting was very, very lackluster. I mean, this guy seems pretty... Like, it seems cool, but then it's not really that good. Oh, this is stage 1, so this guy could do 210. They're talking about the stadium. Right? And poison, whatever. So that's pretty neat. I'm trying to think if anything else is in dark. Doesn't seem like it. Metal, yeah, get out of here. Could do 270 with Carparaja EX. Noivern seems a lot like a really good card to have, like 140. No special strategies kind of stuff. The Dunsparce, I mean, once again, if we find a Pokemon that can move around damage counters, let me know. I want to play that. Squawkabilly is like definitely a good card. I wonder how else it's going to be played. That's going to be the big question. 50 HP is great. 120 for 3. Finding 3 Pokemon is really good. If you're water deck, play this. Fighting, sure. Boss Order reprint. Just staying in the set forever. What set symbol is this? A G. Yeah, Boss Order is here forever. It's like never going away. Superior Energy was a nice reprint that we have. Super Rod is good reprint. And Iona is just a busted card. And I like the new energies. Every single one of them is like really good, right? Bring up, like, switch your Pokemon. Kind of to energy. Hey, you want 3 digits at once? Go crazy. And your Pokemon can't be asleep anymore. And then we got a bunch of collectors and secret rares and stuff like that. There is the Sprigato and Florigato. Those look amazing. Of course they do. They're the best cards in the set. Baxcalibur is... That's a lot going on there. I don't even see what's happening. I don't know. He's like in a different dimension. Raichu sleeping, living its best life. Let's see what else we got. There's a Mismagius. Tikaton, once again, is just crying. There's a Tauros. That looks really cool. Tyranitar looks like a boss. Like a final boss you gotta fight against. You're going to lose. I guess this is the Dunsparce. Just chill out with all their friends, just hanging out, living their best life, just burrowing. And then we got these super full arts. I really like this Fortress EX. Like, this is such a beautiful card. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yes, Card EX has that, and it also has a character or two. Ting Lu's looking pretty nice. Once again, what are you? Are you a turtle dude? I don't know. Fish guy looks like a lot of fish now. Sabretooth. Snow Leopard, I still don't understand the thing, whatever. Noivern's got one. Everybody's going to pay like $8 million for this card. There's a Meowscarada EX. Oh, gosh, this looks sick, dude. That looks sick. This looks sick, too. This Ting, whatever thing. Oh, gosh, that looks sick. Man. Squawkabilly EX. We did pull the card. Boss, oh, my gosh, there's a golden one. So you still have gold. Man, there's so many, like... And I did pull this card. I did pull the Grass Energy. But there we go, guys. There's everything from good old Paldea Evolved. A lot of good stuff. Is it, like, super game-changing? I don't think so. I think where it's, like, super game-changing is the trainer cards and then the energy cards. I think that's where, like, this little section right here, these 5 cards, if you were to show anybody these 5, you're like, oh, that's really good, right? And even I can show the Pokemon, you're like, okay, this set is like really impactful. And it's impactful because of the trainer cards and, trainer cards and energy cards. I do think that the Pokemon will have a little bit of impact. We'll see. But I mean, imagine Lugia is still going to be flying high. Mew's going to be doing Mew things. Lost Box is still there. It does get punished by Iona just a little bit more because like you can Iona them every single turn while judging them early game. So that's going to hurt Lost Box. What else? Gardevoir just got even better. It's got the new boosted, super boosted energy. Whatever it's called again, I forgot. Really good. So yeah, I think all the decks that were good are going to stay good, and then we're going to have like even like a little bit more. Like I said, this card with Palkia is being played a little bit more. And want to see what else comes out. Arceus doesn't change. It's still Arceus. You're just super consistent. And they have Iona with Judge. Hello, you're looking really good. And also, I think the stocks on B-Barrel are going to go up because of Iona. So get your B-Barrels. Practice your B-Barrel decks. But guys, there we go. Paldea Evolved. Tomorrow, we're going to go over my top 5 cards. And you're like, why are you doing a top 5 cards? Because some people don't watch a 55-minute video of me talking. I'm just going to be honest, they don't. So, But shout out to Justin Basil. Amazing website. Check them out. Can't say enough about them. They do a lot for this community, and I think they need more recognition than what they get. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. What card are you most excited for? Mine's definitely Fortress EX. I'm so excited to play this with Shaman. I'm so excited. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, bye.